Okay, we'll continue now to Pasuk Hey. Alright, so after we finish mentioning the names of the sons of Yaakov that came, the Pasuk says, Vayehi Kol Nefesh Yotzei Yerech Yaakov, and all the people that came out of Yaakov, meaning all his descendants, Shivim Nafesh, there were 70 people, VeYosef Haya b'Mitzrayim, and Yosef was in Mitzrayim. Okay, let's go to the second page of your notes and answer some of the questions. Question number 3, refer to Pasuk Hey. How many came? How many people came to Mitzrayim? So the Pasuk said 70. 70 people came to Mitzrayim. Okay. Question number 4 in Pasuk Hey, there is a comment of Rashi. Rashi, of course, is the master commentary, the main commentary of all of Tanakh. Dibur Matchil, Yosef Haya b'Mitzrayim. Rashi that starts with the words, Yosef was in Mitzrayim. These are the words of the Pasuk, that's why they're in quotation marks. And these are the words that Rashi is going to explain. So obviously, there is a question on these words. First of all, let's write the translation of Dibur Matchil. Yosef Haya b'Mitzrayim means, and Yosef was in Mitzrayim. Yosef was in Egypt or Mitzrayim, either way is fine. Okay, now Rashi expects that we are going to ask questions because we're already more mature, have more experience learning Tanakh, and when we look at Psukim, we realize that when we start translating the Psukim, there are certain things that need to be explained. So here's an example, says Rashi. Yosef Haya b'Mitzrayim. The Pasuk mentioned that Yosef was in Mitzrayim. If you think about it, you guys learned last year the book of Bereshit, and you know that at the end, it's very clear that Yosef was in Mitzrayim. So the question is pretty obvious. Why does the Pasuk have to say that? Why does the Pasuk have to say that Yosef was in Mitzrayim? We know from the end of Bereshit, the whole story, how Yosef was in Mitzrayim, the brothers came to see him. The Torah does not mention things for no reason. Every word, every letter in the Torah is very, very important. So why does the Torah have to repeat that Yosef was in Mitzrayim? This is the question that he's going to answer. And Rashi is expecting really that we're going to be asking that question. So let's go take a look at what Rashi's answer is. Go back to the Chumash. Okay, so in page Bet, so here is Rashi's comment on Pasuk Hey. VeYosef Haya b'Mitzrayim. You see this is Dibur Matchil. These words came from the Pasuk. Okay, and he's going to explain. Ve'alohu ubanav ayu bechlal shivim. He's included among the 70. When the Torah mentions 70 Jews came to Egypt, that includes Yosef and his 2 sons. Umma ba'lelamdeinu. What is the Torah trying to teach us by saying that he was in Mitzrayim? We know that already from before. In the end of Bereshit, it told us how he came and he settled in Mitzrayim. He's been there already for years. Vechilu hayinu yodim shehu haya b'Mitzrayim. Didn't we know that he's in Mitzrayim? We know from the whole story before. So again, the question he's going to answer is, why does the Torah have to mention that Yosef was in Mitzrayim? So here is his answer. Ela leodiacha tzidkato shel Yosef. By saying he was in Mitzrayim, the Torah is showing how righteous he was, such a great tzaddik, that he was very righteous. Hu Yosef aroe et son aviv. He was the same Yosef, the same personality, when he was a shepherd of the sheep of his father. Hu Yosef she'haya b'Mitzrayim. He is the same person, the same personality that when he was in Mitzrayim, v'naseh melech, and became a king, ve'omed betzidko, and he remained a righteous person. So when the Pasuk says that Yosef was in Mitzrayim, is not there to tell you that he was in Mitzrayim. We know that already. What the Pasuk is trying to show us is that Yosef did not change. Yosef remained the same type of person that he originally was. As when he was a shepherd, he was a simple person, he was righteous, he was humble. The same way, even though he became now a king, he was the second most powerful person in Mitzrayim, he still remained a very righteous person. That's why the Pasuk says he was in Mitzrayim, meaning he remained the same Yosef, he didn't change. Now if we go back to your notes, so here it is. His answer is to tell us how righteous Yosef was. That even though he now became a king in Mitzrayim, he remained the same righteous Yosef as when he was a shepherd for his father's sheep. Okay, now we're going to go further in the Chumash. We're going to take a look at Pasuk Vav. And the Pasuk says like this: Vayamat Yosef v'chol echav v'chol adorahu. And Yosef died, and all his brothers, and that whole generation. So all those people that came to Mitzrayim with Yaakov, they all passed away. Go back to your notes. Pasuk Vav. Who passed away? Yosef and all his brothers. Okay, let's go back to the Pasuk. U'bnei Israel, and the Bnei Israel, paru, from the word pri, they became fruitful. Vayishvetzu, vayirveu, vayatzmu b'meod meod. Bnei Israel multiplied, and they increased, and they became very strong. Meod meod, very much so. Vatimale haaretz otam, and the Aretz, the land of Egypt, became full of them. Okay, let's go back to your notes. Number 6, Pasuk Zayin. What does it tell us about the Bnei Israel? That they increased, right? They multiplied and also became very strong. And the land became full of them, meaning there were Jews everywhere. There were so many Jews.